Here we go. My level's good.
Yeah, you're good. Your level's great.
Like how great? Like so
the
great?
best.
But, it's okay.
What
Are you
is
talking about
that?
me?
No, something.
Buddy, we're totally live. It's okay, though. We've got nobody in the chat.
Something is pulsing against it.
Luke, is it your TikToker?
Oh, definitely.
Metronome?
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you, Logic.
Go ahead and talk real quick.
Hello.
We are live. What is up? We were a minute in, but, starting the intro. What's up? This is our worst start ever.
This is what we should submit for that contest.
Yes. Oh, my word,
It's
yes.
okay. We're not professionals.
Why
We're
are you?
allowed to get away with this stuff.
This is where we go
This
from
is
here.
bad, guys. This is embarrassing, and I love it. Anyway,
What's up, Lucario fan 21?
welcome to the strangest episode ever. I'm
Yeah.
Luke.
I can't wait
I'm
to...
Tyler.
This is Tyler.
I'm Tyler.
Oh, guys, guess what?
And this is what? Oh,
I
look
made
at
us
that.
some social things.
Hey,
Did you spell my name right? You did. Okay, good.
we got things. We don't need to say our names anymore.
Yes.
But I'm Tyler.
And I'm
Luke.
Brett.
We're
That's
not-
Luke.
I love this. This is our best episode ever.
Off to a hot start.
How mu-
Great.
The click.
Yeah,
we fixed
sorry
it.
about the click.
The metronome
I
was
wanted to
crazy.
make sure that we were talking in rhythm. It's very
I
important.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, jeez. I wonder how many listeners that we lost in those
The
opening
first
2
like
minutes.
4 seconds.
It's like somebody started it on the iTunes feed, and they're like, it's like, what the heck is this? I'm done with this.
This is not a podcast.
Oh,
It's okay.
jeez.
I can edit that out of the
The
video
final
version.
product?
Yeah.
Works.
I wonder if it even shows up in iTunes. Honestly, don't know. I don't edit anymore, so
That's not good.
I know how the software works. I
It's
use it all the
fine.
time.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, well.
welcome
so,
back to another show, guys.
That's right. It is the show now. Oh, boy.
What have you guys been doing?
It's definitely a show this week.
Yeah.
Crashing and burning. I played a lot more Anthem this week.
Nice.
And
You gonna beat it?
I think Luke and I are going to try and beat it tonight. Are you going to join us? You're
No.
not as far. You can't
Nope.
do it.
I'm like level 13.
just come join the last mission.
I was say I'm actually not that much. I think I'm only at level like 17 or 18.
Oh, I'm level like 22, 23.
Okay, well maybe I'm higher than I think.
Yeah. How much legendary stuff do you have?
I'm always higher
wait,
than I think.
Epic, sorry. It's epic
What?
masterwork legendary.
2 epic
No.
things.
What? I don't remember what. Two epic?
Two
Okay.
purple things.
I have 2 or 3.
Okay.
I have a component and an epic shotgun.
Asked. And yeah, we will be talking about that later in the show.
Lucario, is that your main in Super Smash Bros? That's the question I have for you.
I keep want to say Lucio from Overwatch, but
Or his sister Lucia from Apex Legends.
Oh,
Lifeline.
Lifeline. Yep. The only other thing I did this week is we did a movie commentary for Get Out.
We did.
I love that movie.
My only regret is that
It
it
was-
was maybe too good of a movie,
Yeah.
and we stopped talking for too long.
We,
There
yeah.
were, like sections where it was like 1 minute where we just didn't talk because we're watching it because it's so good.
It was so funny. Like it got like real quiet for a bit, and I was like, "Guys, this is a commentary. Like we're not just watching the movie." Am I able to stay this far back?
Yeah. I turned up your gain.
It's
Oh, actually,
still-
Brett did it.
Yeah, and then I thought it went down.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. You're good.
You good?
Cool. If nobody can hear me, I apologize. Maybe to Lucario being his main.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe. Anyways,
But yeah, commentary.
go check it.
It's a commentary, kind of. We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
It was great. I love that movie.
So do I.
I'm
It's a
pumped
great
for
movie.
us.
I would watch it 100 times in a row.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
I don't.
Would you be able to notice everything that was intentionally placed in the movie if you watched it that many times?
Probably.
No.
Actually, I'd probably fall asleep after like the 3rd or 4th time. I'd just be
wouldn't.
like,
Luke and I watched Justice League back to back when it came out, and the second time I started to fall asleep in the theater. So I don't know.
Yeah, well. Luke, what'd you do?
Everybody knows
This week.
Yeah.
I went to Kansas City this week.
Ooh.
So that's what I was holding this before because I have this badge from a choir concert I went to. Shout out to my cousin, who's one of the best singers in the country. She was in the ACDA National Honor Choir.
I'm impressed.
I got to hear her sing, and it was really good. And I'm glad I got to do that because I don't get to see them very much because they don't live close.
Aw.
I love you guys. Also, I went and saw Hairspray. One of my high schoolers was in Hairspray, and it was good.
I saw a little video from it.
He's getting his groove on, man.
Luke,
He killed
if you
it.
had to cast us in Hairspray, who would we all three of us be?
Well, the oldest character is the dad, so that's Brett.
Of course.
How's it feel to be old?
Yeah, great, man. My
Good.
bones ache.
I feel like that's more me.
My knee gets all
Obviously,
funny when
Tyler's
the storm's coming.
Link. I mean, obviously.
Obviously.
The leading man.
Oh,
And then
I've never seen Hairspray.
Zac Efron's character.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was hoping that's
Yeah.
who I'd be. Is he like super douchey?
No.
Dang it. I mean, good.
And then I would be. Oh, geez, I don't even know.
Who is Zac Efron's lover? That's who you should be.
The main girl.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the main girl.
That sounds about
I
right.
can't. Oh, Tracy. I'm Tracy. Woo. I can hear the bells.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Or I guess I could be the mom. The mom is always played by a dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Except in this version because it was high school, they couldn't really do that. But anyway,
A couple more
I did
years
those two
they'll be
things.
able to.
Those were a lot of fun, and they're not really things that really get talked about too much on here. But I love music, in case you didn't know. I also played a bunch of Anthem. I really like that game. Oh, I know, crazy, right?
Guard
Lots of people-
yourself.
Lots of
You
people
might
hate
get
that
attacked.
game. I don't care. I like that game. I have a really great time playing it. I watched Terminator last night. That is an awesome movie. I'm just going through these really quick because they don't matter. I watched Ocean's 8. Finally, I knocked another 2018 movie out of my list. Thought the movie was pretty good. I'd give it a fanboy worthy. I thought it was better than Ocean's 13. We're kind of the same level, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely watch an Ocean's 9. I'm waiting for that team up movie then. But yeah, it was good.
Ocean Cinematic Universe.
What? I wanted to cross over with the Frank Sinatra version though, with Frank Sinatra back from the dead. And then the big thing, the new thing that I did that I don't think anybody else here has done is I watched the Netflix show Russian Doll.
The whole show?
I watched
Yeah, it's short.
the first 2 episodes.
What'd you think of those 2 episodes?
It didn't catch me enough that I wanted to finish.
Okay, well, I think you should finish because
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's not just Groundhog Day. Like, oh, why are we resetting every day? Like, oh, guess I'll just fall in love or whatever. Like, there's some pretty good twists throughout the whole thing, and I thought that the ending was satisfying.
Yeah.
How many episodes is it?
8, and they're 30 minutes long. So you're looking at 4 hours of television.
Nice.
So I'd get that a fanboy worthy.
All right.
Also,
I'll check it out, or I'll finish checking it out.
Also, I thought it was funny, which is always good, but it actually gets a lot more serious towards the end, especially in the last episode. Oh my goodness, like really serious, which was really cool. And then I saw How to Train Your Dragon, boy. We'll talk about that later.
I once again did not see the movie. Sorry, guys. My wife wanted me to wait to watch it, so I told her I would wait to watch it.
That's a good man.
I too did things. I played Call of Duty, and the new Black Market tiers that have come out have some pretty awesome stuff in it.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. Well,
The black market. Like, I forgot there was a new one.
yeah, they've added some cool stuff to it. Some really cool skins. They put Outrider back in the game from Black Ops 3, the one with the bow and arrow. She's in it again with some pretty cool abilities. So that was fun. Played Apex Legends, of course. I'm waiting for that battle pass. I'm hoping it's this week so I can start grinding out those tiers until the Division comes out in a week. I took a recommendation from one of our listeners and friends, Max, and I started Dragon Ball Super. I'm going to give an anime show a go for the pod.
Nice.
I'm going to give it a whirl. The first episode was pretty funny. It was kind of weird. Like, Goku's kid and his best friend are trying to get a wedding gift for Goku's daughter-in-law. And his friend convinces him to get her toilet water. So, like, the whole episode, they're trying to get toilet water. It was kind of weird, but, I mean, it's an anime, so whatever. What do you know, right?
Why not?
And then the big thing I did this weekend, I watched First Man for the first time, which I think if I had seen it last year, it would have probably been my third favorite movie of the year. That movie is incredible. I put it as a booyah on my list. I think anybody can watch it and have a lot of fun, and there's a lot to learn from it. I wrote down some pros and cons really quickly. Cinematography, the movie is shot and just incredibly, and I watched it in 4K, so it has like a grainy kind of look to it, like to fit the time period. I thought it was really cool. The whole cast is just incredible. And then a huge pro for me was just the realization of like how much it took for them to pull that off.
To make that happen.
Just like blew my mind. Like I've heard the stories and stuff, but when you can like visually see it in a way, I mean, it's not like the true telling, but to visually see all of that just is insane. And then the moon landing scene in that movie, it was so refreshing to see a movie nail the whole like there's no sound in space thing. Just completely rocked me. Like the hatch opens up and the camera like pans back and then starts to move out of the hatch, and then it just like like all the air gets sucked out of the picture, and I was just like, oh man, this is too good. Cons, I don't really have any. I was typing my notes and I got to cons and I was like, there's nothing. I got nothing. The movie's great. Watch it. If you are in Kansas and you want to borrow it, I will bring it to you to watch it. It's so good. Can't recommend it enough. I've been gushing over the movie since I finished it.
I too gave it a booyah, by the way.
So good. I cannot believe it wasn't nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
I cannot. I don't understand it, especially with there being only 8 nominees this year. I have no idea how it didn't make it into the nominations, but here we are.
Yep. I agree with literally everything you just said.
Yeah, I don't understand it. If you haven't seen First Man, please watch it. Huge part of our history, incredible movie. And that is what I did.
Well, we got through that pretty quick this week.
We did.
I'm impressed. Let's
Well, we spent like 4 minutes on metronome duty.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. If you missed that, go back and rewatch the first 30 seconds of this episode.
Lucario Fan says his annoying friends want to see Uglyville and Wonder Park. So I want to ask you guys, if you had to watch one of those, which would you choose?
Ooh.
Wonder Park.
I'm choosing
Probably
Wonder Park.
Yeah.
Uglyville looks horrible.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch the trailer for Uglyville, the voices and sound don't even match up. like the mouths move, and it's like, do you guys remember that movie Kung Pao? Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, where, like, the dubbing was so bad, they were, like, saying things at the wrong time.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this looks like, but it's not on purpose. Oh, dude, that movie looks horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Good luck if you see those, Lucario Fan. I'm sorry. Kudos to you. Let us know.
You, man. You
Let
do
us
you.
know.
Let us know how they are.
Yep.
I'm waiting for Uglyville to be Best Animated Picture now.
It'll probably get nominated.
It's going to win
like
the Razzie.
Yeah. All right, should we do some news?
Let's do some news.
Woo!
Crime wave.
Let's do some
Gotham.
news.
Other breaking news.
News. I
Water.
don't know why I'm singing.
Wet.
I don't
But-
either.
Probably because I have a beautiful voice.
Kick off the news with your
Is that
beautiful
right?
voice, my man.
I'm going to leave
No
this top
comment
one
on the
for
beautiful
you
voice.
because you're going to care way more about it.
Well, somebody has to care, and we have a Pokemon fan in the chat right now, so we're going to talk about that.
Let's
a little
talk
bit.
about it.
Right now.
You go for it.
You dropped the news story. I'll talk about it.
Nintendo announced Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Okay, first thought: the names are stupid. I really like the idea of like the colors thing. I was super on board with that for a long time, and then like Sun and Moon even is like way cooler than.
I don't know.
Sword
like,
and Shield.
It kind of.
I mean, it's obviously like an attack and defense thing, right? So I don't know. It's not a huge deal because the games are essentially the same anyways.
Yeah.
They just have different exclusive Pokemon. Luke hates Pokemon.
Am I allowed to comment on this?
Sure.
Why not?
What do you think of the names?
I don't care.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
I don't care at all. I mean, I saw a lot of the internet complain, and I was like, okay.
So my only complaint was the names. I thought the names were pretty stupid. The little 2.5-minute trailer they showed. I mean, did we really think they were going to mess with the formula that works so well for them?
No.
I mean, I didn't. I didn't expect it to be groundbreaking. I expected it to be a larger scale version of the games we already have, and that's what it is. And I saw a lot of people complain about random encounters. Did you actually like the Pokemon Let's Go way of things? Because I don't at all. As a classic Pokemon fan, I think it's kind of weird.
I heard a lot of people. I listened to a podcast, and they were talking about. It's called Filthy Casuals, if you want to look it up. But they were talking about
How dare you promote another podcast?
Hey, I'm all about people listening to
I'm all about
whatever the heck they
collaboration.
want.
Well, make me look like an old jerk over here.
They were talking about how the Breath of the Wild format is perfect for Pokemon.
I think
You can explore a world and just find Pokemon.
right, and I think
How they would be out in the real world. Kind of like, I guess, even how it is portrayed in the new trailer, how if you go out into the wilderness, there'll be a Bulbasaur. Or
Yeah.
something. Is that a Pokemon?
Yes, Bulbasaur is a Pokemon. I think the Breath of the Wild format, a lot of people are enamored with it and think that you can apply it to a lot of different games.
You can't apply it to everything.
I don't think Pokemon works because
Tetris, Breath of the Wild style.
if you were to do that to Pokemon, you have to completely change the battle system that they've had for 20 plus years that people love,
Yeah.
And if you make it like you can just walk up to them in the open, like Breath of the Wild, I don't think that works. You know what I mean? I just don't.
Well, maybe they should change it.
Well, they have a fighting game and it sucks.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
Pokken tournament?
I don't
It's
know what that-
horrible. Sorry if you're a Pokken tournament.
Well, don't
fan.
do it like that one, but don't do it like.
I just don't think it.
this
Would,
one.
I don't think it would work that well. But I mean, I'm sure somebody could do it. Absolutely, you can make it more open worldish.
Yeah.
You control the Pokemon and you fight Arkham style.
I'm good on that.
Thunderbolt.
I'd play it though, just to see Charizard fighting like Batman. I'm here for it. Burning people with his tail. And
Heck
stuff.
yeah. Can throw a rock instead of a batarang. That's one of his moves in Super Smash Bros. Is that one of his moves in
I'm
Pokemon?
sure, yeah. There's
Rock.
lots of moves. But no, I think it looks fine. I mean, it's so early to tell. They did show off the 3 starters, which is the huge. That's the real reveal, right? Now that we know what the game's going to be like,
Right.
the real reveal is the starters. And I see people complain about how they look like other Pokemon. Look, there's over 800.
Eventually, they just.
Eventually they're all going to kind of look the same with
look
different
similar.
types.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it's how it's going to be. And I'm okay with the starters. I think they all look pretty cool. It's weird this year or this time around though because these are the 3 starters right here.
Yeah.
Usually the ugliest and worst looking one ends up being the strongest, but none of them look bad this go round in my opinion. For what we're used to seeing. If you look up the starters from previous games, there's always one that just looks horrible. You're like, I would never use that. And it always ends up being the best. So it's kind of hard this time around. If I had to choose a starter right now, I'm definitely choosing the water one.
He's cute.
The little tadpole.
They're all cute.
But Grookey is the monkey, and he looks awesome.
Grookey?
Grookey. He's a grass monkey. Grookey.
Yeah.
They're not very creative. Yeah, I know. They're out of names, too.
Gosh, I really can't stand Pokemon. I'm sorry to Pokemon fans.
It's okay.
That is fine.
Look, it's not for everybody.
Yep.
And that's perfectly fine. I grew up playing Pokemon at all my swim meets.
It's all right. Everybody else likes Pokemon. I like Anthem.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Even-
Someone's got to do it.
A lot of people are upset about this, tell that to a sea lion Pokemon. What, the ugly? You're talking about Pop Leo? That was a horrible looking Pokemon. It was so strong. Sorry. No, I think it looks good. I'm excited for it. I'm going to buy it day one. I'm going to pre-order it. I'm going to play the crap out of it. It could be the worst Pokemon game ever made. I'm going to buy it. I bought
the
Let's
best
Go.
one.
It could be the best one. It's the first time we're really going to get a true Pokemon RPG on our TVs, and I am super pumped because Let's Go is not that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's happening.
Cool. Luke, you got some news?
I do.
We talked a lot more than you did in that story. So
That's okay. Something that I find super interesting is that Rotten Tomatoes is going through some changes. Finally,
yeah,
they
necessary.
Rotten Tomatoes has been plagued by trolls for the last several years now.
Mm-hmm.
And so they finally have decided to change their audience rating system, and they've gotten rid of the want to see feature.
Yeah, I think that's a good change.
It's a great change because trolls are all over Captain Marvel for some reason. Listen, if you're not excited for something, that's fine, but don't
go
ruin
get your
everybody
friends
else's
to butcher
fun.
it.
And don't go on day one when the movie's out and you can rate it. Don't go just
And
Berate it with bad reviews.
if your hobby is creating multiple email accounts into Rotten Tomatoes and just downvoting something,
you have a problem.
you need to go outside. Like, do something productive just once. Like, is there nothing else you enjoy doing? Man.
And this happens like way too often.
Yeah.
I will also say these trolls give the trolls from like any like I'm thinking like Lord of the Rings movies.
Any trolls
they
under a
give
bridge.
them like a bad name.
Yeah.
So stop being like that.
Yeah. Oh, a cave troll. And, like, it stinks because most of them are DC people,
Yeah.
which is really unfortunate. Me and Tyler are huge DC fans. We started out on the DC train, and then we discovered Marvel. That's the route we took.
And I only made 20 emails to do this. So, like, I'm kidding.
Go outside, Tyler.
I didn't do any of that.
It's just, it really gives comic book fans and DC fans a really bad name, which is just so frustrating.
And in the past, Marvel's done it to DC too.
Yeah, and then
We've seen it happen both ways.
now it's
and
all over Star Wars.
Yep.
Like,
It's just bad for
lots of
business.
people didn't like Last Jedi. It wasn't that low though on the audience score. I know that.
Right.
Like, that's just people being really stupid and it's so frustrating. Anyway, I'm glad Rotten Tomatoes is switching that up. I'm curious to see what they actually end up doing.
Here's your every once in a while. I can't say weekly because I don't remind people weekly, but just be good to each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard.
Agreed.
Anyways, Tyler, more news?
I mean, there is more news, yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
No, that's it. No.
A Shazam trailer came out today. We haven't watched it,
Ooh, no, we haven't.
but there will be a reaction video later.
Yay. It will be in the description.
So I doubled that news story into a promotion.
I'm impressed.
Should we just talk about all the trailers that dropped?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, while we're on trailers, what's next?
Um,
Pikachu?
we'll just go through all of them.
Okay.
The Detective Pikachu trailer dropped. You can just say, how about this? Say the best trailer and the worst trailer. Detective Pikachu, Dark Phoenix, and Hellboy. There's also an OA trailer. I think that show's not good, so I just wanted to bring that up.
Detective Pikachu is the best trailer.
Yeah,
Out
out
of
of
those
those
three.
three,
It
Detective
was.
Pikachu. Hellboy, I have not been on the new Hellboy train. That like red band trailer, that was all right. Let me put it this way: it definitely is setting itself further apart from
The other movies.
the previous two. Whereas the first trailer just kind of had me feeling like, oh, this is just more Hellboy. This is like, okay, this is a different Hellboy.
Here's my problem. Two problems about Dark Phoenix
And then there was Dark Phoenix.
and Hellboy. They literally both showed the entire movie.
Yeah. At this point, I'm almost concerned that with Dark Phoenix, they're just intentionally tanking it. Like, we know we're gonna get rebooted. Let's just
eat it on the chin and move on.
Well, New Mutants might not even be released. It might go straight to Disney Plus. That movie was supposed to come out last year.
yeah.
Like,
Oh.
but like,
They released
X-Men.
a poster for it recently, didn't they?
I don't know.
Oh, X-Men.
We have a trailer reaction to New Mutants.
That I don't think I was even a part of.
You weren't a part of
I
the
wasn't a
podcast.
part
I
of
think
the
yet.
that
podcast.
was like our second trailer reaction.
That was literally like a year and a half ago.
That was before we had any clue what the heck we were doing.
We were just doing things because we thought they would work.
Yeah. I think
Anyways,
Hellboy looks fine. I honestly think it just looks like one of the Underworld movies.
Yeah.
effects wise and plot wise and interest level wise. I do like the Underworld movies though. They're kind of guilty pleasure, so maybe I'll end up liking this. Dark Phoenix, I think, looks bad. Like,
I'm concerned about that one.
That the
bar is super low.
Yeah. No, I have like no expectations for Dark Phoenix.
No expectations. It's way down there.
Now, the pleasant surprise though is Detective Pikachu. It
Yeah.
actually looks good.
The more I see
I'll
of it,
say
the
it.
happier I am.
I do think that's going to be good. I will say though, I'm kind of tired of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Did you see his like little thing he put out on his YouTube
I watched
channel?
half of it and I didn't laugh. I was like, I get it. He's Deadpool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever, dude. Even when he's voice acting, he's literally playing the same character, which is himself, which is Deadpool.
Yep.
Like, okay. I think the casting of Ryan Reynolds is uninspiring. It's like they went for a funny guy when you could have gotten something that's just like, what? Like Andre Braugher. That's who they should have gotten. The movie looks good though.
I'm cool with Ryan Reynolds doing it just because
And I don't like Pokemon.
they need somebody to be their draw, and it isn't Justice Smith.
Yeah, Justice Smith isn't that.
What, after his Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom fame?
He has the funniest moment in that whole movie though.
I actually thought he was pretty good in that
Just
movie.
the Scream?
I liked him.
or-
Yeah,
Yeah, the Scream was
the
great.
Scream was awesome in Fallen Kingdom.
I actually don't dislike that movie as much as people probably think I do.
I don't dislike that movie.
I don't either.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, it was all right.
I thought it was good. Like, this is a movie
It's
with
a
dinosaurs
Jurassic-
in it. I
it's a
don't care what
Jurassic
happens.
World.
Yeah,
It's
I just want to see
Jurassic World.
dinosaurs fight.
I want to see dinosaurs eat people.
Yeah.
That too.
Okay, more news, so we don't just get stuck.
Yeah, let's roll this thing.
AT&T and Warner Media, now that like the merger can officially begin. AT&T has begun to reorganize its media networks now. So basically what they're doing is they're saying, hey, Warner Brothers and that, like Time Warner, all these companies have all these different either networks or studios, and they're like shuffling them together to reduce the amount of people. So that kind of sucks. It's going to be layoffs. Right now, it looks like HBO, TBS, and TNT are kind of going to be in their own, like, this new entertainment streaming division. Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, and TMC are going to be shuffled under Warner Brothers Studios. And then Turner Sports and Zucker, which I don't know what that is.
Me either. I saw it on your
I think
notes
it's
and I was like, what is
maybe
that?
a sports thing. I don't know, or a news thing. They're gonna go under CNN. So, it's a story that I care about simply because it is the beginning of the.
You're
I
welcome.
saw it happening
Oh
and I was
my
like,
gosh.
oh, this is going to be awesome.
Oh wow.
Bless you.
Nice.
The simplification of media in this new digital age. So whereas we used to have a bunch of little pillars of creativity, now we're going to have much fewer, these big pillars of.
Sorry, stop laughing at Luke.
You know, I'm really sorry. I don't know why, but I sent Tyler this meme today of Elastigirl from Incredibles. But then it goes to it's like from her when she's in the as the boat and Dash is kicking. But then it's this dude in a hammock in the wind with his head sticking up. I don't know, the sneeze, and then I thought of that, and it just came rushing out. I'm really sorry, everybody.
Yeah, sorry.
That was inappropriate.
We had a
interruption.
viewership spike, though, so
Oh
it
my
works.
God.
So clearly something worked.
Whew.
We need more chaos.
Lucario fan said bless you.
Thanks, brother.
Anyways.
Or sister. I don't know.
Well, I would expect something similar to happen when the Fox 21st Century Fox and Disney merger happens, where there's a reduction of staff to simplify what they're creating and how all that is created. So
The worst part is the layoffs.
yeah,
It just sucks.
for sure.
It sucks for those people and their families.
Yep.
You hate to see it, but that's the climate we're in now.
It is.
It's that time of year.
It
seems like
It
it's happening
really
a lot.
is.
Like
It really
I
is.
feel like every other week there's news of a major gaming studio or movie studio like laying people off. It's
Yep.
kind of upsetting.
True story.
Luke, what you got?
So you know that dude that won Best Actor, Rami Malek?
Yeah, man.
He might be the villain in Bond 25.
Yeah.
Which you know I'm ready for. I'm a huge Bond fan. Rami Malek is awesome. Bring it on, baby.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
He looks like a villain.
Do you think he'll be the smart villain or the physically imposing villain?
The smart.
Smart villain.
You ever seen Mr. Robot?
Watch him put on like 30 pounds and just.
But it's just a straight muscle. He shows up in like a mech suit. You're like, wait, what?
This is not the same actor.
This is not the James Bond movie I know. He has like the future tech from
Maybe-
Idris Elba.
Maybe he'll have Jaws' Jaws from like Moonraker.
Ooh.
Have you seen that one?
No.
Where there's a dude who has like metal teeth and he can just bite through anything. Although that dude was like 7'8" in those movies, so.
What's up, Seabull? Now the party can start. So.
Anyway, Bond
Thanks.
25. I'm ready.
Yeah, I need to watch the other ones first.
Yeah.
All 24?
I haven't seen any of the Daniel Craig ones.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's got 2 really, really good ones.
Yeah, we've had this discussion before.
I know.
We don't need to spend too much time with it. There's
Also, hold up, real quick. Seabull is wearing a shirt. He wanted to let us know that.
Oh,
He has his shirt on.
okay.
I assume he means what the fanboy shirt.
I was waiting for you to join so
But-
I could talk about the Division 2. Because I haven't talked about it yet.
You haven't talked about it at all.
I was waiting for Siebel to confirm he was
Oh.
here. I tweeted at him today.
Good deal.
Other news. Birds of Prey set photos came out, and we got our first look at Black Mask. Did you guys see these?
Nope.
No, but I'm looking them up right now. Are they good?
His mask is not a full mask. It
I feel like
covers
that's kind of the trend
this.
that's been happening recently. Is like
his
we've
mouth is
paid
open.
we've paid these actors and actresses, and we can't cover their beautiful faces.
It covers
Is
like
it a domino mask?
no, it covers like a lot of his forehead too. Like it covers like down to here. His mouth,
Phantom of the Opera mask.
kinda, yeah,
Okay.
and it's all black, obviously.
Okay.
It wouldn't be red because it's Black Mask or blue because you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you can't really get a good look at him. He's in the back of a car,
Okay.
like with a gun, and he's looking out the back window, and you could see like the mask on his face.
Okay.
But it doesn't. I don't think it looks bad. I mean, for a practical Black Mask, I don't know what else you'd do. I mean, the
Honestly-
full skull thing is kind of. We may get there.
Here's what I think. It's just because they're doing stuff and he doesn't want people to know it's him. He's gonna get messed up and he's gonna put
Go
a
full mask.
Yeah. That's my just guess. Because okay, here's the thing. Did you see the picture of Harley with the beaver? She has a pet beaver.
Mm-mm.
That is straight out of the comics. She like adopts a beaver or a woodchuck or some type of gopher,
That's not it.
and like some of the comic accuracy that has been popping up in some of these set photos is kind of ridiculous.
yeah.
That it just makes me think that that's definitely not.
I appreciate that they're embracing that a little.
Oh, it's a
more.
Green Hornet mask.
That was not a good movie.
Well, we don't need to talk.
I'm okay with it though.
I'm not agreeing with you,
not. No.
but I'm definitely not disagreeing. But I'm agreeing. Disagree to undisagree to.
Let's agree
Anyway,
to move on.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it looks fine. I'm not worried about it. There's also an ensemble photo where you see the whole Birds of Prey, like with everyone
What?
from the side. Huntress is sleeveless. She's got gun.
Sleeves
the,
are overrated.
The gun show is in full effect. But no, I mean they're cool. I don't make too much of set photos,
Yeah.
other than getting to see characters. But it'll be cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure.
What you got?
I don't have any more news.
Oh, okay.
Luke's
I
got a
kept,
bunch.
I kept it simple this week.
Well, I'm about to go crazy, yo. Edge of Tomorrow 2, Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise are expected to return, and that's going into pre-production, I guess.
If
they're in negotiations now.
If they weren't returning, that movie should not exist. So
yeah,
that's good.
So
Good
I'm
news.
pumped for that. In Marvel world, Kevin Feige was asked about Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh yeah.
And after a long statement, it ended with, "We've been focusing on other things." So,
On hold.
yeah.
That movie is getting
indefinitely.
ready to enter development hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing is probably not going to happen. So,
Dave
did
Bautista somewhere is smiling.
Did we talk about this last week?
No.
Okay. Aquaman 2. It got a release date for 2022.
Cool with me.
Why do we need to set release dates this far out?
Probably
To
I
because
know
it's
why.
going to
To
take
stake
I know
land.
why, but
that, and because it's going to take forever to make it.
Yeah,
well, no, I know, but just make it, and then when it's ready, release it.
The Flash, the directors John
Like
Francis
this movie?
Staley and Jonathan Goldstein are rewriting the script. So
Cool. They wrote Spider-Man Homecoming.
that thing, I don't know if that thing is ever going to make it to cameras.
Nah, I'm not putting money on it.
But in the meantime, I'm still excited. And then lastly, the Suicide Squad. Apparently Will Smith is out, but Viola Davis is in.
Good.
Cool.
I'm glad Viola Davis is in.
Here's my thoughts, and definitely seen this other places too. Bring in Deathstroke. Bring in Joe Manganiello Deathstroke.
That'd be fun.
As
They
part of the squad and have him like rival Waller, like with his attitude.
Sure, yeah.
That would be
But
fun.
that dude is crazy good fighter. He's super smart. He'd be a great leader for the squad out in the field. He could replace Joel Kinnaman too. Like it'd be both of those characters. Ooh, clapped straight.
Sorry, everyone.
I'm having a rough day so far with the microphone.
It's all good.
But he could replace both those characters. So, and the last thing is, I just liked this news. Horizon Zero Dawn passed 10 million copies being sold, which I think is awesome because I love that game.
Apex Legends hit 50 million players this
That
week.
is like stupid high, but it's also free.
Yeah. No. You reminded me when you said that.
Yeah. That, oh my gosh.
50 million.
Do that many people even have video games? Like that is
Yes.
crazy.
The answer is yes.
But that's everything from me.
Tyler, you get any other news stories?
Nope. The Division 2 beta. That's not really a news story, but
chat about that real quick.
I figured
You're the only one who
played it. Yeah,
so-
I think so. And I didn't play a ton of it because I've kind of reached this point with that beta where I'm like, I'm going to have to do this again in a week.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't want to do too much. But I played through about 2.5, 3 hours of it. And they fixed a lot of the bugs. Like, I didn't have any connection issues this time around. And I know Siebel said he couldn't get in. I did see a lot of people having errors, though, with that. They fixed the sound bug, which I said previously was, like, my biggest concern is, like, if you can't fix the sound, which is weird because you can play games in, like, quiet. Like, when we were kids and we didn't want to wake our parents up, we would play the game without sound, right? I mean, I did that. Did you ever do that?
Oh yes.
Okay, right. So, like, but now we're so spoiled by all of it that we have to have it. But they fixed that, which was nice. I really like the world they've created. It's nice. It's a nice change of pace from New York, where everything was like really corridor-ish. Like everything was really tight and on streets like close together. In this one, everything's
It's a big
so
grid, essentially.
right, and everything in this one, like, there's a lot of like big open encounters.
Yep.
And as someone who likes the rifles instead of assault rifles, like I like the marksman ones.
I'm with you.
It's so much fun because I can just sit back and snipe fools without a scope.
Siebel says he got in.
Yeah, I was reading that.
Erred. Siebel, did you like what you
Yeah,
played?
did you like what you played?
You had 40 minutes of playtime. Let us know if you liked it.
They did add a few new things. They added a new skill. It was the chem launcher, and I was like, gonna try that out. You could shoot foam at people, and it would like freeze them in place like a foam arrow, like in Green Arrow's trick arrows.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. The graphics on it looked horrible, but it was really cool to use, and it made me laugh a lot. which is always a good sign. But no, I think it's good. I really look forward to its full release next week. For me, it's one of my most anticipated games of the year, so I hope it doesn't suck. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
Their release schedule and everything, I think they'll do a great job with it and learning from the first one. However, you never know. They've kind of complicated things a little bit, in my opinion, with the whole skills and only unlocking things at your base of operations. But it seems like there's just so much to do, and it could get tedious. So we'll see. I really hope with their huge focus on in-game that they didn't forget about everything else. But we will see.
Cool. Siebel says, yeah, it was fun, and he's intrigued.
You should be. I'm a huge cover-based shooter fan, so I kind of biased. I won't lie to you.
Well, with that wrapping up, let's talk about our first topic of the night. We're going to try and get through these
Let's do it.
topics pretty quick here. Steven Spielberg takes on Netflix.
Who's that guy? Never heard of that guy.
What does he do?
Yeah, he's a...
Is he a chef?
I think...
He's in the book I'm reading right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he actually is.
Oh,
Him
well,
and Peter
cool.
Jackson. The book is a blend of real world and fiction. Sorry.
So if you hadn't heard, Steven Spielberg, who is the... Oh, I'm going to screw this up. I think he's like the lead of the Directors Guild that's on the Academy board. That I'm sure I screwed that all up. He's essentially the head of a group of directors who sit on the Academy, the Academy Awards. He's like in charge of that group. He has been pushing, and he this is not a new story in terms of like his perspective on it. He does not want movies that come out only on streaming services to be eligible for Academy Awards, or at least Best Picture. So here, I have a quote. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. Oh, look, if I had read this, I would have known that he is the governor of the director's branch of the Academy. Yeah. He's pushing for a rule change at the organization that require a movie to have exclusive theatrical window of at least 4 weeks to be eligible for major Oscars. So major Oscars, those are probably like the big four, maybe some screenwriting, directing ones.
4 weeks just in LA and New York? Or everywhere?
According to this, I don't know. I think at least somewhere.
Okay.
Probably LA and New York.
Because I know the current rule, I should say, is it has to be in a theater for a week in LA or New York.
But not exclusively.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this would be an exclusive 4-week release window. Quote from Steven Spielberg says, "I hope all of us really continue to believe that the greatest contributions we can make as filmmakers is to give audiences the motion picture theatrical experience. I'm a firm believer that movie theaters need to be around forever." And then yesterday, I believe, Netflix responded via a tweet.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. And they said, "We love cinema. Here are some things we also love. Access for people who can't always afford or live in towns without theaters. Letting everyone everywhere enjoy releases at the same time. Giving filmmakers more ways to share art. These things are not mutually exclusive." Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I completely agree with Netflix. Like 100%.
This is...
I completely agree with Luke agreeing with Netflix, like
Yes.
100%.
I love the theater experience.
Me too.
But
me
that
too.
is like the most like snobby, put my nose up in the air kind of like position you can take against people enjoying and seeing and making movies.
And
Like, sure, if every studio was like doing the thing that Blumhouse is doing, which is like giving a ton of creators a chance to do something, maybe you can make that argument. But sorry, Ambien, Steven Spielberg's studio, you're not producing,
Right.
$3 million films.
Yeah. And that just, like, we live in Wichita, Kansas. There's parking everywhere.
Yeah.
We have four theaters that we can go to just in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to pay for parking. Tickets are usually around $10. That is not the case
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
most places.
Most places.
When I went home and watched a movie with my family, our tickets were $14.50 for a standard showing.
Yeah.
And, like, Brett, you have a kid.
Yeah.
You can stay home and watch a movie.
I can take my kid to the theater, and I pay the exact same amount for her as I do for me.
Yeah.
For a 3-year-old, granted, hopefully I'm taking her to a movie I know she's going to enjoy, so it's going to be worth it. But
Yes.
right, there's not like that. There's not like a children's discount where we're at.
Yeah.
I can way more easily sit on the couch and be like, "Hey, let's pop some popcorn and enjoy a movie."
Lots of people like to use the bathroom. And Netflix has, like, they created something that was needed and there was no market for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or the market hadn't been explored yet. There was a market.
There was
for
a
it.
market for it.
They
but-
jumped on it and they nailed it. With their their DVD service, which was just really cool.
Mhm.
And then when they learned that they can make stuff and put it online, it opened a whole new world. And sorry, Steven, first name basis, just because you're at home watching it doesn't make it unequal.
It doesn't make it less of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, he said it should be up for Emmys. It's like, no, their shows should be up for Emmys.
Right.
Like, there's a clear difference on whether it's a Netflix original show or a Netflix movie.
Right.
Yeah, to me, he kind of just sounds like a sore loser. Personally, like, it sounds like he's threatened by Netflix's growth, really. I mean, they're reaching it now, winning Oscars.
Yeah.
Like, how soon until what he makes, people are like, I'll just wait for it on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just think it's kind of lame on Spielberg's part. Makes him look scared.
He sounds out of touch.
Yeah.
And,
Out
like,
He
touch
sounds
with
like the old
reality.
guy on his front lawn, like, don't touch my lawn.
He sounds like me on this show.
Yeah, he sounds like Brett. Sounds like
Old.
Brett, like out of touch. And
Your kid's over there.
but, like, I agree with him that movies should be seen in theaters.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean
they need to
they,
be in theaters.
Like, if it's hard for you to go for the theater
Two
and you have
things.
access at home, go for it.
Yeah, accessibility to theaters and then positive theater experiences. If you
Mm-hmm.
really want, like, not us as viewers, if Steven Spielberg really wants movie theaters to stay alive, he needs to take initiative in some way of making sure that the theater experience is good. I don't know how you do that.
Floors aren't sticky, bathrooms are clean projection, good service,
Kids aren't on their phone playing Fortnite.
better sized cry rooms for parents that want to take their kids and just, I don't know, make them sit in there. Like,
Yeah.
just parents have to take an initiative to know if their kid is going to cry or be loud during a movie.
Yep.
And he needs to emphasize that more. Like, it's up to the viewer, but it's also up to the filmmakers and the theater chains to make the experience more positive. You can literally change whatever variable you want at home.
Right.
Like-
and
You
like
can watch it with the lights on.
them
When you watch scary movies.
them axing Netflix or streaming movie eligibility from major Oscars isn't going to make the theater experience
Better?
better, or it won't make people want to go to the theater more.
It just takes away a creative outlet.
It literally, that's all it does.
Yeah.
Those two things are like, if you want, yeah. Anyways, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I could go on for an
Does
hour, and I won't.
does Spielberg still film on film, or did he switch to digital?
He had to. Surely he switched to digital.
Okay, well, he's just a little slow, I guess, then. Like, you can shoot on film if you want to. I honestly don't care. I can't notice the difference. It's whatever. That's just me. I know people can. Brett probably can. But
Depends on the projection, too,
yeah, that's true. But it's just like,
honestly.
Did you watch Hateful Eight in its film version?
Well, I saw it on a digital projector, if that's what you mean.
Oh, no. Then you saw it digitally.
Right, but it's still shot on film.
I thought there was two different... I thought it was shot twice.
Oh. Well, maybe. Now you're going to make me do research.
I haven't even seen that movie.
Anyways, let us know in the comments. Obviously, the live show people have been
Tuning
chatting
in.
about...
Is Spielberg wrong? Is Netflix wrong? Who's right?
Netflix is right.
Let us know
Is
in the
Netflix
comments
going to go up in
below.
price again?
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Next year.
I
So
will definitively
then,
answer that.
if we're done talking about that, which we should be, because I'll just rant, let's talk about
Rant.
dragons.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm going to try to be the moderator here because I haven't seen it yet because I'm waiting to see it with my wife. I apologize.
my wife.
I know my opinion means so much to all three of you listeners. But I haven't seen it yet. But when I do see it, I'll talk about it. But I'm going to let these guys just kill it with their
Yes.
quippy remarks.
I'll quip as much as I can. This movie, man, it is so good. Like, How to Train Your
Should've just shot it in
Dragon.
film
Okay,
in 70 mil.
sorry.
How to Train Your
Okay.
Dragon, the first one, is one of my favorite animated movies.
One of my favorite animated movies as well.
Absolutely one of my favorite
Okay.
animated movies.
The second
the look
one,
he gave you, I thought he was going to say it's not.
it's like, oh, it's okay. No. The second one I thought was super good, and it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't as good as the first one.
See, I
That was
actually enjoyed the second one more than the first one, although the first one had better individual moments.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember the second one.
I
So I just remember how good the first one was.
I love the first one. I really, really, really like the second one, and then this third one, I really, really love it as well. I liked it more than the second one. It's my second favorite. The first one's still my favorite, but this is one of the best trilogies in movies. Probably the best animated trilogy. I think I can't think of another one besides Toy Story.
Toy
though.
Story,
Cars.
no. Toy Story is probably right there with it for me.
See, that's the thing. I'm not huge on Toy Story. Sorry.
No, that's
So
I like Toy Story.
I really like them, but I'm just not like yo. I think this is the best animated trilogy. I think it's so good. I thought it was incredible. It's an absolute booyah. And if you haven't seen the second one, it's a booyah, and the first one is a booyah. So just watch all three of them.
Yeah, my
Agreed.
I said that I didn't think. I think this is I'm gonna say weakest of the three.
Don't you hate this when you have to say that and
I
it makes
know.
you like you're like, wait, no, but I don't mean
But
it's
I
bad.
I don't mean it's bad. It's like no, like this is also a booyah for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there were a few negative things that brings it down below 1 and 2. And maybe that's just the nature of it being a conclusion and having to
I have one con.
wrap things up in a certain way. I don't want to get spoilery, but
Yeah. I only have one con, and it's that the movie was an hour and 48 minutes long.
yeah, it was.
I just wanted more. I didn't want it to end. I wanted it to keep going.
Yeah.
And I think part of that was that it's the conclusion, and that I know it's over now.
I had a couple cons, but to riff off of that one, I felt like the third act pacing was really rushed, and it didn't allow for proper like emotional stakes to actually be set.
Okay. I probably didn't notice because I was hiding behind my tears. I cried during this movie.
Some other things. I'm curious to your thoughts on the score.
I loved it.
Really,
I
I felt
did.
like it was mostly just 1 and 2. Like
It reminded
Like, they
me
just-
of God of War.
they just pulled out like it just reminded me of 1 and 2, and it didn't feel unique at all.
There's a lot of differential themes with the villain.
Sure. Well,
And
yeah,
then
his stuff was kind of
just
new.
all the stuff that takes place
But he was
in
the
the
only
hidden
new part of the
world
movie.
is totally new. Actually, Yancy, the band that makes the actual songs, helped with that, which I didn't know, which was really cool.
I need to probably listen to it.
I listened to it today, and I really enjoyed it. There is parts that are. Well, it's like, oh yeah, that's just the theme from the first one.
Right.
I really enjoy that theme, so I guess I didn't care that it really didn't change that much for those moments. But then there's parts at the end, like where it calls back to really emotional.
Oh yeah.
Music moments. You're just like, no.
Yep.
Dude, that soundtrack.
I cried twice in this one.
I can't wait to watch it now because I'm gonna cry.
And I remember we were at church, and you're like, I cried for some reasons that are going to be a lot different than yours, and we can talk about it after. And I'm pretty sure I know what they are.
Yeah.
I would.
I'm gonna cry now, and I'm like, man, great, awesome.
Yeah, it's a sad movie. But for
some positives. Some real quick because I wrote them down.
Yeah.
I thought that the animation, it just keeps getting better.
It looks so good.
It's so good.
It looks so good.
Like, I went back and I rewatched the trailers for the first and second one, and like, I thought the animation in the first one was good, and it looks so rough compared to where it is today.
Like, there's parts where they're like,
now I want to rewatch 1 and 2 and then go see it.
Like, they're like on the beach and by these rocks, and like you just see like all the little individual grains, and I'm just watching them like,
the sand was amazing.
This isn't possible, right? Like, is this real? And it honestly, it made me think of like sorry, I gotta bash Frozen for a bit. It made me think of the Frozen 2 trailer. I think that animation looks old, and I stand by that. They show sand in that trailer. I know the movie isn't out yet. But it didn't look near as crisp and clean.
It looked so good in this film.
And like all their hair looks good. And then the lighting when like something is on fire in a dark room, so good. Okay. I need to talk about this. That opening scene was so good.
Oh.
For 2 reasons: the lighting with the fire and the fog.
The fog was.
And then
fantastic.
also, just for this whole movie, this movie is filmed.
Yeah.
It wasn't animated, is how it felt to me. They do a long tracking shot in the first scene.
Cinematography is on my list of positives.
I couldn't, they're like following the main band around. I'm like, this is incredible. Like, is this just motion capture? Like, this looks so cool. I couldn't believe it.
You guys are convincing me to see it, even though I was already going to see it.
I say,
that's what I think of like this.
Let's just end this show right now and we'll go see it.
I
Dana doesn't
wish.
even know.
I need to finish that book tonight.
But
sorry.
It's
so, and then another positive I have is the relationships between characters sans one.
The like how they kind of mirror the first movie in some way, like, or they kind of
Snotlow's character. I didn't like him.
Is that the twin?
That's Jonah Hill.
Oh, I don't even really care.
He has
about
this
him,
weird infatuation with another character that's just borderline creepy.
Yeah.
I didn't get like the
I think
comedy
that was
they were
the humor
going
for
with.
the kids.
Maybe? Really?
I don't know. That's a
who
guess.
finds that humorous?
I don't know. Kids that are in love with their friend's mom, I guess, but it's no spoiler.
It's really not.
Matter.
It doesn't matter. It has literally like zero impact on the plot.
I loved how they like referenced the first movie in how Toothless courted the Light Fury.
Yeah.
That scene is almost straight from the first movie when Hiccup meets Toothless.
Yeah.
And I was just like, heck yeah, baby, this is great. And I was into it, man. I freaking love this movie so much. I want to go see it again so bad.
You gonna see it when I go see it?
Yes.
Dope.
That and just like the similarities for Hiccup's story and Toothless's story, I thought contrasted really well.
Is Hiccup the
main dude?
He's the main character, the Viking.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was thinking of the other Light Fury. Night
yeah,
Fury.
she didn't have a name.
She doesn't
What?
have a name.
I
She's
don't
just a
think-
light fury.
Either that or I totally missed it.
No, she doesn't.
But Light Fury.
But we can't talk too much about her without getting into spoiler
Yeah, that's true.
territory. I did really like the villain.
I did too.
I thought he was both menacing without being that caricature of like I'm pure evil. Like
yeah.
he was a bad guy and his motivations were bad, but they made sense.
Yeah.
Bad
Absolutely.
guy, bad
With
motivation.
bad motivations. And he wasn't he was
He
never
didn't even-
sympathetic.
He
to
didn't even
me.
really seem evil,
Yeah.
like, to me. He just... I
He's
don't know,
honestly more he's that big game hunter who just
hated dragon.
he
Trying to
has
finish what he started.
he has that desire to
Yeah.
hunt night furies.
Yeah.
That's in the trailer. I don't feel like that's
Oh no, you're fine.
a spoiler.
I'm gonna see it regardless. So
Also, I guess real quick, I think the designs they make for dragons are really cool.
Oh, the new ones were really cool.
They're all so different. They're all
Mhm.
really creative, especially the ones that were on the bad side.
Yep.
Were awesome.
Those are really cool.
I
What
can't-
else? Oh, I can't say that. It's a spoiler.
Shoot.
My favorite moments. It's one of those that's in the trailer, but you don't understand what's happening,
Okay.
and so if I mention it, like it's
Yeah.
probably
We'll have to talk a
spoiler.
little bit after,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. This is another one where I think, I wish I hadn't seen as much marketing as I did, because the marketing really does like tell you what's going to happen in this movie.
Mhm.
If you're paying attention at all,
Yeah.
like you know where this movie is heading to and ending, and it still made me cry my eyes out. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
Like that's not no fault of the movie, purely just I wish that they had done, and maybe that's part of my
Maybe even props to the movie for making it hit so hard, even when you know
what's going on. So
Go see it. It's a booyah, definitely.
yep, go see it.
Woo!
I hate that I know what's gonna happen.
Oh, the song that Yancy did, it plays in the credits. So good. I hope that gets nominated for Best Original Song.
Ooh,
Should listen to it.
that's a good segue,
It's-
Luke.
Yeah, I was gonna say Segway machine over here.
Segway machine into the fan.
Wah, wah,
All right,
wah, wah,
Tyler
wah,
enters the
wah.
chat. I'm back.
Hey, welcome back, man.
Guess who's back? Back
We should
again.
like green screen it so you can like erase me every now and again.
We could just
You could dust me, like Infinity War dusts me. That would be fun.
Luke snaps. Whenever Luke snaps, you're dusted, and then we have to do something. I don't know how we're gonna bring you back.
We have to see Endgame first.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Time
fan box.
travel.
We had some great questions on Twitter today, and to go off of Luke's question,
My statement.
your statement, EXM asks, "What is your favorite original song from a movie?"
Read his second part. He had a second tweet after that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, he did. He said,
Just real quick.
"Yep, go for it."
When he tweeted his second part, I read the title and I said, I'm going to hear Luke sing a song tonight.
Okay,
Because Luke has talked about this song to me a lot.
so his follow-up tweet says, "I've been listening to some movie soundtracks recently, and I think I've landed on Drive It Like You Stole It
Drive it like you stole it.
from Sing
This is
Street
your life.
as my favorite."
You can go anywhere. He's absolutely right. That is currently my go-to. I was like, oh, that's easy. I know what I'm gonna say, and then he said it. So now I can pick a second one. So the one I picked was "The Power of Love" from Back to the Future.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when we think of original song, are we talking like... I'm trying to think of an example outside of those. Like that's one from a musical.
Say created for the movie.
Yeah.
So it would be like a whole new world could work. But then also any of the songs from Spider-Verse, they were created for that movie.
Okay. I was just thinking of Man of Steel, and I was like, "There's no song for that that would count,"
Yeah, no.
which sucks. Because if it was that, it would be "This Is Clark Kent," but that doesn't count.
Mine is Skyfall,
Skyfall.
which you don't know about.
I know the song.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I love that song.
It's a good song, dude.
It's,
Also, the opening credits for Bond movies always make the songs even better. 'Cause they're
Yeah.
always super dope looking.
was Casino Royale? Was that surely that's an original one too?
Oh yeah, they all have it.
Okay. I feel like some of them maybe were adapted, but maybe they were. Maybe they've all been original. I don't know.
How'd you get one?
Yeah, mine would be "Start a Riot." I love that song.
Yeah, trying to start a riot.
Sorry, I'm looking through others now.
It would either be that or "From Now On" from The Greatest Showman.
Ooh.
I
Now On's
like the
great.
first song I thought of outside of "This Is Clark Kent" was "From Now On," and I was like, I don't want one from a musical. So then I was trying to think, and I was like, yeah, "Start a Riot" gets me hype.
I'm a huge fan of Danger Zone from Top Gun. Yeah, baby.
I'm just a fan of that song in general.
Into the danger zone.
Shoot, what was that?
Gonna take a ride. Sorry. Now I'm gonna be thinking about that song all night.
Heck yeah.
The Last Goodbye from the Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies. That one made me cry my eyes out.
That's
Men in Black.
I didn't even think about that. "Lose Yourself" from 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger, was that created for Rocky? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Staying Alive.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good list. Men in Black. There's a lot of good songs out there, but yeah, I would say "Drive It Like You Stole It" is my favorite. I love that song. Got snubbed when it didn't get nominated, and Sing Street didn't get nominated. No, snubbed too. It's garbage.
You'll Be in My Heart's a good one.
Ooh.
From Tarzan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That soundtrack is so good.
Okay. Good question. Thank you, Eric. Seabull TV asks, if you could change the ending to any movie, what would you change and why?
Oh my gosh.
I know, that's a broad question. Maybe there's a movie that you're like, I love that movie, but the ending, ugh.
I'm kind of nervous about spoiling some, I guess. Trying to think. Titanic. Rose dies. Leo lives.
I thought of Titanic.
That's what I would change. I hate that movie. Dang it. That's what I would change. That's a tough question.
That's a really tough question.
Think of the question. Think of the movie you hate most, and just change the ending. Change the ending of Venom.
I don't know.
Last Jedi.
Change the ending of Venom. It doesn't happen.
Everybody knows Blake
Change
Lively's
the-
would be Last Jedi.
Change the ending of Predator. He doesn't get that weird Predator suit thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The new one.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I've seen the honest trailer for it.
That
so.
movie sucked.
I would change the ending of Inception.
Ooh.
I would answer whether the top stops spinning or not.
Actually, there's a couple Chris Nolan films that I think could just use a little more definition. Part of that's in the artistry. I get it that you're leaving it open ended, but like with the Dark Knight Rises, I think I would have just preferred if he had been
Killed.
dead.
Yeah.
I don't need the happy ending. Like, the happy ending is that he saved Gotham. I don't know.
Does Batman deserve a happy ending?
No.
Yeah, I didn't
There's
think so either.
There is no way that Batman's story ends happy.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't,
But it
because it
does.
just never ends because he never dies. Actually, him dying might be the happy ending.
There's, honestly, if I was to go into it, I think more films need to embrace. Ones that I would change would embrace more self-sacrifice with actual, like, death consequence.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I Star Trek Into Darkness. Don't care who, Spock or Kirk die, because when you
Raise the
have
stakes.
main heroes, right? Never.
Well, that's
die.
what Wrath of Khan. I'm pretty sure Spock actually dies. But then it's a weird thing because he wasn't actually dead, because number 3 is The Search for Spock.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet.
That movie was a complete copy paste of.
And then they flip it. Ooh, Batman v Superman. Superman doesn't die. I would have left him alive.
Batman
don't
v
fight
Superman.
Doomsday.
You just don't fight Doomsday.
Yeah.
Take off that 27-minute ending.
Wonder Woman. The soldiers don't hug.
Yeah.
I think that movie has a lot more emotional weight to it if the enemy soldiers don't just get up and hug right after that. Little things.
Yeah, mine would be Inception.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Mine's still Titanic.
Yeah.
Bye, Rose. See ya. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
All right.
She's on a door.
Thank you, Siebel, for that question.
Get it.
At pronounced Ian asks, so sad, or he has a statement and then a question. So sad, a whole generation won't know Nino, Scotty, and Nick and Pookie. What movies will the next generation miss that make you sad?
What?
Uh-oh.
I think I'm about to make him sad. I don't know what the heck he's talking about. Are these like the Flying Castle movies or whatever? Ferngully?
Oops, I'm going for the wrong thing.
What are these things that he's referencing?
He is referencing.
I need you to tell me, Brett.
Sorry. I looked it up earlier, and then New Jack City is what he's looking up. This is a 1991 gangsta film with Wesley Snipes, Ice-T,
We're too
Chris
young for
Rock.
it.
Yeah, this was literally, you guys may not even been born yet.
I mean, I've seen a lot of old movies.
Yeah, babies.
So, my first thought when I realized that this is New Jack City is, Ian, you're all right, man. You're all right. That kind of shocks me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Man, that's tough.
So that is his sadness.
sad?
But for
how many people
us-
actually? How many kids watch that movie though?
Well, no, that's the point.
Yeah.
No one. So there's a whole generation, us included, that mostly missed out on that. What are we sad that people are gonna miss out on? I don't know. Everything's being reinvented these days or re-released. Maybe originals of things.
Do you mean like how Mad Max Fury Road comes out, but nobody's gonna watch
The original Mad Max.
Mad Max or Road Warrior?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Something like guaranteed Terminator's gonna get rebooted, and no one's gonna watch the original Terminators, and all the new ones are gonna be.
And I literally
trash.
watched that movie last night. That movie's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It is so good. And I need to watch Terminator 2 immediately.
Yeah.
Did you rent it?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, nice. Both of them?
I don't know about the second one, but heck, I might just buy it. I should own it.
You know what I fear? That with Disney buying Fox, a lot of people aren't going to see Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Oh.
20 years from now, he's going to be forgotten.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing for us.
There's kids today who won't have seen Logan because they're too young. Probably saw him in his cameo role in whatever the last one was.
Deadpool 2.
No, future. Was
No.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. He had a cameo in Apocalypse. And then who watched Wolverine 2, whatever that one was called?
The Wolverine?
The Wolverine. No one watched that one. Sorry, James Mangold. You made Logan, so you redeemed yourself.
I heard that one's better than the first.
It still actually is better than the Wolverine.
I haven't seen it though.
Wolverine
Origins.
Wolverine Origins, yeah. X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't know. Their naming convention.
That's what it was called.
Changed so much over the course.
So does their timeline.
That's true.
I think their timeline is awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it works. What?
I feel like a lot of people are gonna miss out on, I guess, all the Spielberg movies. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy's one of the best directors ever made. Okay.
They'll be like, what's the last one he made? Oh, BFG. Oh.
Yeah.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One, I guess. Yeah.
Right now, and then Ready Player 2.
Is he directing that?
I'm sure.
I know he's working on West Side
Probably.
Story. It's his dream project.
It's so I think my concrete answer for this
Will
is
it be on
going to
Netflix?
be those movies that came from those big name directors like Spielberg, like Ridley Scott, that were made in the
Alien.
like 80s to early 2000s. That right now, that's what studios are like digging up and remaking, and they will just miss what. The originals, what made them great, because they're probably going to be remade into new things that aren't going to be great.
The Dark Knight trilogy.
Dark Knight.
There's so many superhero movies being made that in
Yeah.
like maybe 5 to 10 years, people are gonna be like, "Oh, those Batman movies. Okay, whatever. Yeah, cool. It's Batman."
Yeah, those old Batman.
And they just won't even look at it. Now you realize they're probably missing on one of the greatest performances ever by Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
One of the best origin stories and the best Batman origin story that's been made.
Yeah.
And then just great crime noir storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And there's be like, oh yeah, okay, I've seen a Batman movie before.
They're all the same.
I saw him in the Justice League movie. He was awful. Why would I watch more Batman?
Well, he's more like Fat Man.
That's like a 10 out of 10 on the Yee scale for Batman. Probably not a 10.
Nah.
It'll be interesting to see.
There were some pretty bad Batman movies.
To see what happens to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They've aged well, but I don't think the new age of movie-going audiences
They
have
definitely
as much
appreciation
for it, or the patience for that kind
I was
of
gonna
lengthy
say
story.
patience.
just any
Yeah.
movie over
30?
30 to 40.
Yeah.
They're like, nah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Will you watch it when it's on Netflix? No.
No.
I'm gonna just get on Twitter.
And I think what's going to hurt
What about Star Wars?
this even more is the subdivision of the studios and IPs as they divvy up into these streaming services.
Yeah.
Because of the future, I think the future of the movie experience, at least at home, is streaming.
Yeah.
Where you don't own that content, and you're probably only subscribed to you're not going to be subscribed to the whole thing, so you're not getting the whole calendar. It's not like going down to your local Blockbuster, and they have every release from every studio, right?
What about the people who miss out on Blockbuster? Sorry.
You're gonna open your queue and you're gonna be like, here's all the 15 new things that we released this month.
Yeah.
That we made, not like that any other studios made. It's gonna be the next 10 years is gonna be a very interesting time for film history.
I love to go into like the
crazy.
the video rental stores and just looking like through all the like super weird looking horror movies because there's so many of them. It's like I feel like every movie I looked at was just like The Cave with Teeth or something like that, and it's like, what the heck is this freaking crap?
Just go to Netflix. You'll find them there too.
Yeah, but it's not as fun because you can't like pick it up and look at it. It's like
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think that's it for the fan box. Let me triple check our notifications here. Make sure. Nope, nothing new.
JT texted.
Oh, yeah, I did have one more question.
You had one more.
Yeah, JT texted me. Thank you.
From JT.
JT texted me and said, "Are you guys excited to watch Triple Frontier on Netflix, and what do you want to see out of it?"
I am excited to watch it, and I just want to enjoy it. I've like the most mediocre expectations. Like if it's good, great. If it's bad, whatever. I don't know.
I think
Like-
it's got a good cast.
Yeah.
It's just, does it, how do they execute together?
It's a Netflix movie, so
You never know. It could be a Roma. It could be a Bandersnatch.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? Like, the term Netflix movie no longer is, like, definitely a
bad movie.
bad thing.
Yeah.
It's more of like a,
Well, it could
well,
go either
I don't
way.
know. I don't know.
And that's
It's
where
a
I
toss-up.
that's where I sit. Like it's either in my mind it's either going to be really good or it's going to suck.
Yeah.
That being said, go watch The Fundamentals of Caring. That was the best Netflix original movie until Roma. That movie's really good.
I'm excited for Triple Frontier though.
Yeah, me too. I think it's, honestly for me, it's going to be refreshing to see Affleck outside of
Batman and
Batman.
actually
And, like, maybe he's actually going to enjoy making movies again.
Yeah.
dude, he's incredible in The Accountant,
Yeah.
which came out after Batman.
Me and Tyler were talking
also incredible
earlier.
in Argo.
Me and Tyler were talking earlier. I guess I don't know if we both agreed, but he should just direct.
I definitely said it.
Oh.
I was like, I would be totally fine if he stopped acting and just became a full-time director.
I think he's a really good director, and I think if he could just focus on that, he could do some really great things.
Yeah.
Like a really good Batman movie.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Yeah.
got somebody good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, if it ever happens.
Anything else we need to talk about?
Nope.
Make sure you
We're done.
check out
That's it.
our YouTube channel. I know those of you who are watching live are like, we're already on your YouTube channel.
We're on YouTube.
But we've got our Get Out commentary, which is also on the podcast. But we will also have, right after this, we're going to film our Shazam trailer 2 trailer reaction. So we're going to have, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
I'm so excited.
I saw some screen grabs while I was prepping it on the technical side. I was like, oh, don't look. Oh, that looks cool. Don't look.
I'm excited.
I might panic.
So it's going to be fun. Anyways, until next time.
Until then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. The boy wonder.